decided to take him out of not having practice today. Kind of had some irritation in his hip, so we were just doing some kind of preventative things, rehab type stuff. And then Steve was excused today for personal reasons.
Was the hip something been bothering him, or was it just come up?
Yeah, it just came up. Just came up the other day. I think he was playing through it, and we were just kind of like, let's slow him down, make sure he's good.
How do you think you guys responded after the day off?
But the defense did a good job. We were a little out of sorts on offense. They did a good job. They had some good stuff that they were calling. We weren't executing on. There was a few calls that they had no chance on. That I called, and they didn't have a chance on it.
Nice to have Kelvin back in there, and how did he look to you?
Yeah, it seemed like he was all right. I'm sure he wasn't feeling 100%, but I think he wanted to get back out there as soon as possible.
And will your starters play on Thursday?
We haven't talked to those guys about it yet, so I'll let you guys know here in a couple days.
And how good do you think it is for Sam in the offense to face Greg in preseason and the kind of defense he features?
I think it's great. It's just there's so many things that he does that we're learning every day. There's a little thing he does different each day that our guys have to adjust to. They have to figure out, and we got to figure it out on the fly sometimes. That's a good thing.
What are the conversations like after practice between you and Greg? You kind of share notes on what you did then in practice?
Usually it's a little later tonight. We'll talk about some stuff for the next day. We don't get too far ahead, just because we like to adjust.
But you look back on what happened that day, like you said.
Yeah,
we'll
talk. We'll talk about some stuff, and we'll kind of get the next day ready to go.
Adam, Sam said that he does feel that he's got a little bit more zip on the ball, and obviously you didn't see him up close and personal last year. But A, has he talked to you about that, and B, is that even possible?
It was interesting because a lot of people in spring were saying that to me, that it looked like he was throwing the ball with a lot more velocity, and I do remember him, saying that last season he was it was like arm fatigue, in the spring and then in training camp and as the season went on. And I think what he was able to prepare himself for what he was about to go through in the spring training camp and then now the season. So it's just a different deal when you're going through the combine stuff. You throw so much, you're not really sure if it's too much, not enough. He went season, combine, get ready for that. Now he went, all right, hey, first year as an NFL quarterback, I'm going to take this much time off. Now I'm going to get going. So he had like a little bit of a break there, where going from college to the combine, you just keep going. So he probably just overthrew a little bit last year, and just probably more on him.
Is it clear though? What you saw on tape from last year to now, that he's throwing the ball more?
Yeah, it looks like he does have more velocity this year. So that's just from my perspective. I don't think I realized how strong his arm was.
How much of a difference could that make?
It helps him when he wants to fit in those balls into the really tight windows. Ball gets there in a hurry.
We were talking about Ty before, and Ty said he has a whip. Sort of like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He said his feet can be facing the wrong way. He just has that. How much of that have you seen out here?
A lot.
And how impressive is that?
No, it is. It's when you can make those kind of throws and the velocity doesn't change. It's impressive. Some of those throws he makes where it's just like he can't step into it, and the pocket's collapsed and he can throw it 40 yards down the field. You don't see a lot of guys be able to do that.
We saw a great play from Valentine Holmes today. How much is Valentine impressing you?
Getting him back out there was a good thing. With his back kind of slowed him up there. Got him back there doing some of the punt return stuff. He's picking up the offense. He had a couple opportunities today. Made a nice catch. I think it was one of the. We'll take a look at it, see if he was in bounds or not. But it was close. But it was, he's picking it up. It's just a different game for him.
Do you think he'll be getting some game time on Thursday?
We'll see. We haven't gone through our play time yet, and we'll see how the game comes out. We'd like to get everybody to play in those first two preseason games, if we can. But we'll kind of see how it plays out.
And lastly, just what sort of chance is he of making the squad?
Yeah, I think we're so far away from that right now. We're once we got to get to that first preseason game first and just kind of get everybody rolling.
What have you traditionally done the last 3 years with your starters in the first preseason?
It's been different. Some guys haven't played. It always depends on the injury situation. majority of the time we played our first group, in the first quarter, and then, the next week we've gone almost a full half. So, it always depends on where we at injury-wise, kind of how are we coming together. It's been different as far as how the starters go every year.
The
Sam,
fact
with Sam, just following up on that, how much could added velocity just be due to the fact that he's more confident and less tentative in what he's doing than he was last year when he was
Probably a little bit. I think it's more just
physical?
he knew how to prepare coming into to one spring and then over the summer to training camp.
Adam, when you were hired, a lot of the talk was about what you could do for Sam. How your experience working with quarterbacks, offensive-minded head coach. But what about the flip of that? I mean, what has Sam kind of done for you? I mean, you seem like you're excited. You're kind of invigorated a little bit. I mean, do you feel different, kind of knowing that you're now working with this kid now, having actually seen him on the field?
I think what it's allowed me to do is it's easy for me to call plays. It's just you don't worry about if you have a negative play, you're ready to call the next one. He's not the kind of quarterback that you're looking to protect. You're kind of like looking to turn him loose, and let him kind of work the offense and get on the ball and use the running game to help him. And he's just there's no limitations on him, and it's fun as a play caller.
does having the Giants on the regular season schedule affect anything for Thursday night?
No, not playing him in the first game.
With the third game, would it be different? Because usually they play the Giants in the third
Yeah, I
game.
mean that's why we're playing him in the first game. So
Right.
it's kind of almost like set up that way.
Adam, what do you make of some teams? I mean, the Rams come to mind specifically, where Sean does not. I think he doesn't even play the starters in the preseason at all.
Yeah, everybody's different. I mean, sometimes it's how old are your players? Do you have an older team? Do you have a younger team? First year program, third, fifth year program. So I mean, it changes over time. Like, so if this was year 5, it might be different than being in year 1.
Right.
So it just can change. Like I know last year, I remember having a conversation with him about his starters not playing, and they had an older team. They had a lot of guys that had played a lot of football. So I mean, that's kind of how they went about it. And we have a young team. So and this is our first year in the program. We need to play a little bit.
Do you like the 4 preseason games, or would you?
Yeah, I
wish-
mean, I like the fact that it gives a chance to evaluate. That 4th preseason game. All those guys that get a play, we get value out of that. We're not trying to see if we can shorten the game up. Like we'll probably try to throw it like 60 times.
How was Khalil absorbing things?
Oh, yesterday was kind of his first day, getting after it, but he'll pick it up quick.
You said you were planning on sitting down with him yesterday to kind of work out an itinerary.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna take it one day at a time. We have a kind of a plan in pencil, but we'll be smart about this.
At this point, I mean, one practice left before you guys actually play a game. Is it safe to assume that next week is going to be when he gets?
Yeah,
on the field?
we'll have a better chance next week.
Last one from Zach. Adam, have you noticed quarterbacks you've worked with in the past who've gained that velocity from year 1 to year 2 because of like you talked about why?
Yeah, I mean it's just every year's been different. Sometimes if you have a longer season, you get deep in the playoffs, and then guys would try to jump back in to throw in like their normal schedule. Then it could hurt you in the spring.
But in terms of from a
Increasing.
quarterback who goes from a rookie to second year, adding that velocity.
I mean, that's hard for me to say. This is my first time going from rookie to second year.
What about Tebow?
I didn't get it. I wasn't.
Whose call was it?
I was the wideouts coach the first. I was the wideouts coach the first year.
Thank you, everybody. Whose call was it to do this game, the Giants this week? I can't ever remember it not being week 3. Was it mutual? Oh, sorry. What was
I
it
don't know.
mutual?
I think it's Jared. I think so.